Alright, so let us go into some recordings. So this one tells about the recent, well, this is another PNP elections that just took place. Alright, so this was a bid to become, who would become the chairperson of the PNP, and lo and behold, there are some upsets right here. So let's go into it. Paulwell, the notorious Phillip Paulwell, by the way, and Dr. Dayton Campbell winning PNP internal elections. After losing her bid to become chairman of the PNP, Southwest St. Andrew member of MP Angela Brown Burks says she would not offer herself for the upcoming vice president election, which says she has no intention of doing that. Means that she's basically said that I didn't get what I want, so I'm basically tucking tail now. So Brown Burke was a campaign director for Mark Gold's successful presidential bid and would have served as a strong ally. The PNP president then announced her as his choice to be chairman of the party and to Dayton Campbell for general secretary. Brown Burke lost for East Kingston Port Royal member of MP Phillip Paulwell. He polled 153 votes v. Brown Burke, who tallied 133. The voters in the election were members of the National Executive Council, party's second highest decision-making body. That means, yeah, that tells you a lot about that, though. They're basically saying, yeah, we just did not want this lady to get it. So Campbell won the race to succeed Julian Robinson as the new General Secretary. Campbell amassed 147 votes to turn back the challenge of Raymond Pryce, former Deputy General Secretary, who received 138 votes. Alright, so basically it means that these Paulwell and Campbell basically are Paulwell has basically got the vote of approval over Bromberg, and and Dayton Campbell got the vote of approval over Raymond Pryce. And Raymond Pryce and Bromberg were Mark Golden's people. So basically that means that this was just basically what it comes down to is that it just basically felt that was like a middle finger to Golden and Bunting most of all, because when I read now becoming Paulwell is basically especially him. He's basically damaged goods. This guy has so many controversies. He's like the Daryl Vaz of the PNP. But some people within the party basically said, "Nah, we want this guy in, guy to become chairman," which again was just a middle finger to Golden and Bunting, because Golden wants his own people in there, and so the dinosaurs. I'm just going to say it like that. The dinosaurs said, "Nah, we don't like we're still butthurt about the fact that he won over Lisa Hanna, so we're just going to put Paulwell as well as Campbell in there just basically to highlight the division that's still within that party, because there's a faction which are the dinosaurs basically said we wanted certain people in this faction that Peter Phillips is part of. We wanted our own faction to retain the retain or grip within the party, and then you have Bunting, which Bunting's side, who basically said, no, it's our time to come in and really come in and really take the throne. And they basically said, okay, this is basically our way of just trying to run interference for Golden's camp. That's what it basically, because I said with Paulwell, as I said that he's basically damaged goods at this point. The fact that they're keeping him and Campbell as well is as they said, we don't care how this makes us look as long as Bunting and Golden pretty much denied. We're gonna make things as difficult for these for Bunting and Golden side. And no, I'm gonna say this. I have no stake in either side, because one, both basically both sides are basically I have criticism of. We have criticisms of Paulwell, Campbell, as I've said repeatedly in this recording. Bunting, as I said, was a terrible Minister of National Security, and be noted that not only did he lose to Peter Phillips, but we all know why he lost there. But he also lost to that new lady, Rhoda Moy Crawford, who was basically an unknown GLP member in his own constituency. Alright, and so Angela Bromberg, I have not really heard good things about her as well, even though her only really notable thing is that her being Portia Simpson Miller's best friend, but close best friend. And speaking of which, we have not heard from Portia Simpson Miller throughout all of this for a reason, but That's what this basically is. I probably want to do a general discussions on this though, because I want to do some called the old guard, pretty much old guard won't die quietly. And this will be a fitting thing though, because my take is that there were probably better candidates that could have been chairperson of the PNP, but again, just like with the main party poll, it's not really about qualifications. It's just about who wants to really hold on to the grip of power, regardless of whether they're qualified or not. But the old guys just sending Golden and Bunting's camp a message that said, you think that we're not going away quietly, even though we have to put in some damaged good candidates to run interference. We're not going to go away quietly. That's what the message was said. We may have under Peter Phillips we had almost devastating losses, whatever, but at the same time we're not just going to let the new gang, the new faction within the PNP take over without interference being run on them. So this is what this is symbolizing. They're just sending Golden and Bunting a message that we're going to fight you tooth and claw, to make sure you don't really take over the whole party. And that's pretty much what this is going to be. And I expect the divisions within the PNP camps to keep widening as a result. All right, because as I said, this is probably Peter Phillips and company's only victory at this point, because they're still butthurt about Golden winning. All right, so and even though they know that Paulwell especially is basically should pre put should have pretty much touched the road by now proverbially. They're basically saying, okay, as long as Golden and Bunting don't get full control of the PNP, we'll take any victory we can get. Because remember, Damian Crawford, the one who cannot keep his mouth closed, even he's throwing shade at Golden right now. So to them, this is much a victory. This is much of their victory as well. All right, because you know the saying, we have to cut off our nose to spite the face. That's what they're doing right now. And as I said, the real victor, of course, is Holness in the GLP, because they're basically saying, because of the infighting that's still very apparent, we're probably going to be guaranteed a third term for the GLP. All right, so that's who is the real victor in all of this. So this is for State of Jamaica and the Caribbean. Check out my other YouTube pages. Miles Gustin Farron, Miles Jeff Productions, and Real Thoughts of Miles. All right.